I start the recording, a little box sometimes pops up on the screen. You gotta move that out of the way or click OK or something like that. And then we will proceed. So now I'm muting and we'll go from there. So again, to set up and get the most out of this class, you set up your chairs like so. Backs of chairs facing in, decent amount of room between them so they're not too narrow. And then your chair behind that situation. And first, really important practice is scooting to the front edge of your sitting chair and practicing central upright. So a lot of times posture is compromised in some way, shape, or form. And so we want to take a little bit of effort to put the head on top of the shoulders, on top of the hips, down through the buttock bones, through your chair, down to the floor, and you create this pillar, this vertical pillar. And then once you have that intact, you can then play with this other idea that's very Tai Chi or Taoist in its understanding, is that rather than holding your body in this place, you align it and then you relax it. You let go of your body. You release tension and grip. And what that does is it opens up space in between all the parts of the body. So a lot of us are stuck together, right? All the body parts are held together and that impedes function. So Taoist practice emphasizes relaxed, long, and fluid movement, right? If you've ever seen Tai Chi, it's all long and open. And for our purposes here, that's valuable in that it creates function or allows for function. So vertical pillar, relaxing all the tissue tension that you can relax, and feeling what's called chunwan or sunken heavy, soft, sunken, and heavy. So you allow this weight to settle down through the chair, down through your feet, underneath you. And then what's left over is a more light and nimble quality through the body. So all of that can be practiced just through your seated meditation. And then we add to that breathing in through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth. So a simple sitting practice can really be valuable in this idea. Full breath in, long, smooth, empty breath out. Just take 8 or so more of those breaths. Let the breathing process soften where you are stiff. You want your breath to go to the extreme ends of the range of motion of the breath. So rather than mediocre, shallow breathing, you want long, smooth inhale that fills you up, expands you. And then you want long, smooth exhale that empties out and softens and melts the body. And then you want to, again, inhale, long, smooth, and full, filling up in all directions. And long, smooth, and empty. This could be your entire practice, just that. The next thing we do is to loosen up some of those tighter places. We do joint mobilization. Slide your hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back. Lift your chest up, lift your chin up, arch your back. So you got 24 vertebrae in the spine. You want to get a back bend here. And then the opposite, slide your hands forward past your knees, hollow your chest, and drop your head. So now you're rounding your back. You're going to do this a few times. Inhale as you slide hands, elbows, shoulder blades back, arch. Exhale as you slide hands forward, hollow the chest, and round. Let's do maybe 3, 4 more. You want the elbows to pull back. You want the shoulder blades to pull back when you go into this position. You want to really finish that direction of movement, and then you want to go the other way and finish this direction of movement, hollowing. And after that, maybe 4, 5, 6 of those, you settle back to the middle, that neutral position that we were just sitting in. And what can and is happening is that at first we were here and everything was sort of stuck together. Then we did this movement that loosened things up. So now there's a little more interior space, interior real estate. Now, the rotational movement. So slide your left hand forward past your knee, your right hand and elbow pull back, turn your shoulders and head to the right, rotate or twist, and then inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, turn the other way, right hand forward, left hand and elbow back, twist. And then inhale back to center and twist. So same idea. The term in Taoist practice is Shen Fa, or body mechanism method. Body mechanism method. So we're taking a mechanism and we're just moving it correctly and appropriately through its range. Clean out what is extra and stimulate the function. A couple more each way. The amount you do is not as important as the quality of each one that you do. So you stay attentive, not in a rush. And then we come back to middle. Take a moment there. Just feel what has changed just from those 2 simple Shen Fa. Now hang your arms nice and loose. Shift the weight over to your right buttock and softly bow the spinal column and dip your head to the right. So now we're side bending. To get more out of this, float your left wrist up and tip just a little bit more, almost like you're going to fall out of your chair to the right. And then come back up to the middle and find that vertical. And then shift the weight to the left buttock, bow to the left, right wrist floats up, tip a little bit more, almost flirt with falling out of your chair. And then come back to center. And we lean to the right. Back to the middle and we lean to the left. Lean to the right. We're breaking free the body in its ranges of motion, the directions it is built to move. Last one. And back to middle. Now, next important joint mobilization, scapula. Your shoulder blades are in your back up here. Your arms are plugged into those shoulder blades. And a lot of times the upper back is stuck. So we got to free that up. So it's scapular elevation and then releasing them down. Again, elevate and down. So that cleans out one direction. The next is squeeze them together, release, and then spread them apart. Release to neutral. Retract, neutral, protract, neutral. Now, let's do the circle. So we start with protract, forward, then lift, then retract, then down, and neutral. Forward and lift, back, down, neutral. We'll do that a few more times. Forward and up, back and down, neutral. Forward and up, back, down, and neutral. Two more. Cleaning out what is extra, improving function. Reverse, we go back and up, forward, down, neutral, back, up, over top, forward, down, neutral, back, up, over, down, neutral. Three more. Scapular range of motion. And down. Last one with the upper body. Bend your elbows. And now flare your elbows out to the side and up. All the way up. And then down. And then around in front, touch your elbows together. Down to the sides, out and up. Down to the sides, around in front, touch. Couple more. Out and up. Down. Around in front. Down. Now, elbows back, straight behind you. Back. Then down. Forward. Hands over the shoulders. Try to take your elbows up. Good. And then forward, down, and back behind you again. And then down, forward, and up again. All the way up. Get those elbows up, up, up. Yep. And then forward, down, and back. Down, forward, up. And then down. Now, elbows out to your side. We cross and wrap around the body. Then elbows out to the side again, and then switch. Which one is above, which is below. Cross and wrap around the body. And open again. Cross. Open. Cross. All the way around. Hug your own body. Open. Elbows out to the side, and then down, and then alongside your body. Now, scoot back on your chair. Bring your right knee up and in, and flex the foot, and push, and reload it, and then set it down, and switch. Load, push, load, down. Switch, load, push, load, down. Switch again. Push, load, down. Switch, load, push, load, down. And load, push, load, down. Foot and ankle range of motion. Straighten the leg. Point, flex, point, flex, point. And then tilt that foot a little in, out, tilt. And then circle, in, around, and out a few times. and reverse, out, around, and in a few times. And down. Other leg. Foot and ankle, point, flex. And then tilt that foot a little in, out, tilt, tilt. It's called inversion, eversion. And then circles, in, around, and out. Reverse, out, around, and in. And down. Scoot again to the front edge of your chair. Step your feet wider apart than hip distance. Lift your toes up and turn on the heels. Turn your toes and your knees in. Internal rotation at the hip. And then lift your toes and turn everything out. External rotation at the hip. And then turn in and out. In and out. In, out. In, out, and neutral. From the hips, forward fold. Really important movement here. Hinge. Fold at the hips. Let this open your buttocks, open your back. And then sit vertical. And then from there, tip back. And then sit vertical. Fold forward. Sit vertical. Tip back. Vertical. One more. Back. Now, we're going to use all that to stand up. So the shoulders and arms loose and hanging. Slide your feet back a little bit underneath you. To stand up, what's really important is that my buttocks are here. This is where my center of gravity is. And where it needs to get to is here. My center of gravity has to get here. So that's, 6, 8, 12 inches of forward direction. So that's why when we stand up, the first and really important movement is forward. Forward. Now, once you've achieved that forward, then pushing down through the earth, the body just unfolds itself like a spring unloading all the way to standing. And then sitting down, same thing. We want to keep our body weight underneath our feet. Hip hinge first. So hips go back, arms hang loose. Fold at the hips, that bends the knees, sinking, sinking, sinking till your butt finds the chair. Then you can commit to the chair. So now our body weight's back here again. So in order to stand up, we got to go forward. So the body weight center is now down through the feet, and then you stand up. This is a basic principle of Tai Chi. Go ahead and stand up and sit down a few times. Is that the primary direction is down. So it's all about down, meaning when I'm sitting down, it's that I'm keeping my body weight down through my feet, down through my feet, down through my feet until I land the tush. Then I'm committing the weight down through the chair, and my feet are no longer really the primary connection. And the weight is down. The weight stays down. It just changes to now being down through the feet because the chair is not what I'm using anymore. One more time, folding. So the weight stays under the feet, under the feet, under the feet until you decide that it's time to let the weight go down through the chair. So the weight's going down one way or the other. Or weight down through the feet. Now, keep the weight through the feet as you do these Tai Chi squats. So you fold, you sink, you sink. Don't sit in your chair. Use this to maybe touch your shins, touch your ankles, touch your feet, maybe touch the floor, and then push through the earth and rise all the way to standing again. So don't sit down for this one. This is a folding and standing exercise. So you're going to go hip hinge, fold the body parts, sit the butt dangle the arms down, and then push through the earth and stand back up all the way nice and tall. So this is a very important freedom of movement the body requires. We can't get stuck straight like this, right? Even if I had perfect posture standing like this, but I was stuck here, that doesn't help me at all because now I have no function. So this is one of the first exercises to make sure we retain the function, which again is a good example of showing the importance of softness, pliability, range of movement, ability for change in the human body. So that's what Taoist practice really focuses on, is changeability, suppleness, pliability. So now let's put that into practice a bit more. So you got your chair on your right side, step in front of it and face that chair, fingertips on it for safety. If you look at your feet, you notice you have more foot in front of your ankle than behind your ankle. So it's uneven how the body is developed. So this allows us to go like this. From our middle, the belly level, tip forward into your toes. So my body's at a slant right now. I'm slanting forward, but I don't create a corresponding slant backwards. I don't go slanting backwards to go into my heels. I'd fall down. So if I move back from my middle, then my weight goes through the heels, and my body almost makes like a little bit of a C curve, right? And then I tip forward into the toes, and I can be empty in the heels and full in the toes, right? My heels are not on the ground right now. And then I'm rocking back, and now I can get to where all my weight's in the heels, and my toes aren't on the ground. So my middle pivot, and then also this importance of down. So the weight, as I said, the primary direction is down. So that means as I tip forward, the weight is down through the front of the foot and the toes. And as I go back into the heels, the weight is down through the heels. So I'm always grounded. It's just, what am I grounded through? What is my conduit or connection to the ground? Eventually you can get to where you can rock and stay relaxed the whole time. So this is a very important balance practice to get us more and more understanding center, middle. Where's our middle? Now, hands on the chair, go into your toes and lift your heels up, all the way up. So get up onto your tippy toes and then come back down and then rock back into your heels and lift the balls of the feet off the ground and then down and then tip into your toes and lift your heels and then down and then rock back into your heels and lift your toes and down and rock into your toes and lift heels. And one more time. Okay, so now we've loosened up some of that lower leg. We've brought some function there. Place the heels of your hands on your chair. Walk back a decent amount so we can do this downward dog-like position. So now folding right at your hip crease. Stick your butt back, fold in half. You'll get a little bit of a shoulder stretch, back stretch, leg stretch. And then lift the chest and move the hips, let the hips come forward. We take the pressure out of the posture and then we go back in. Fold. And chest up, hips come forward. Now, walk your feet back to the front. Stand up tall. Turn and face forward. And then step back from this chair. So now this chair is slightly it's to the right of you, but it's in front of you and to the right, so that we have this room right here to work on walking exercises. So you're facing forward. I've turned a little bit to the side so that you can see me, but you just keep facing forward. Actually, I won't do that for this first exercise. So first exercise, chair's there for safety, but drop your arms and let them hang by your side. Now again, you have a middle pivot. in your body. Change the body weight more into your right leg. And then more into your left leg. The primary direction is down. So it's less about leaning or shoving your body to the side. From your middle, it's about going a little bit over to the right, but then about letting the weight get down through one leg as opposed to the other. So in Tai Chi, they call this separate, empty, and full. Change the weight over to the left leg. You separate the experience of the mountain and the cloud. So this is empty like a cloud. This is sturdy like a mountain. And then you got to change it again. So now this is heavy like a mountain, sturdy. This is like a cloud. And so we just change and change. Try to do this with very little leaning, right? Because that's like a boat in the ocean will start to list, right? It'll throws off our equilibrium. And so we just want to get good at this simple exercise of weight into one leg, weight into the other, and feel how the primary direction is always down, that frees this, and then down, which frees this. Now let's take it a step further. So we change the weight down through one leg. The empty leg, lift to the tippy toe, and then place that heel down and change the weight. Weight down through your right leg. This other leg, lift to the tippy toe, and this movement of letting the knee bend, the heel lift, and then down, and then change the weight and lift, down, change the weight, lift, down, change. Now get to the tippy toe, place your hand on your chair for safety and disconnect the empty foot from the ground. Place the whole foot back to the ground and then change the weight. Go tippy toe, lift, down, change. Tippy toe, lift, down, change. So most important is that we don't just yank the foot off the ground, that we're going, weight gets down to the earth. This is empty. Then we go tippy toe, disconnect, down, change, tippy toe, lift, down. So if we can't do this, we're going to have a lot of problems walking because this is as easy as it'll ever get. Now, hand on the chair, go for full lift. Bring this knee as high up as you can, and then all the way to the ground. Change the weight. Tippy toe, lift, all the way down, change. Tippy toe, lift, all the way down, change. Middle pivot, central upright, chun-one, or soft, sunken, and heavy. Be heavy down to the ground and feel how allowing that heaviness gives us sturdiness, and it also separates the empty and the light. Now, next exercise. Put all your weight into your left leg and put your inside leg, right leg, out in front, heel touching the ground, empty. Now, the primary direction is still down as I change the weight into that front leg. But again, I didn't lean forward with my body to get myself off balance. And then same thing on the way back. I just went down through the back leg. And then down through the front leg. And at first it's an odd sensation, this down to move forward and this down to move back. But eventually you get to relax more. You get to just hang out, relax, and you realize to walk across the room, to travel forward and backward through space, is easier than you've been working on it. It's less clumsy and less dangerous when you change the weight down, change the weight down. Now keep the weight in your back leg, hand on the chair, lift, lower, and then shift. Weight down through that front leg, bend the knee, flamingo. Down, shift. Weight down through that back leg, lift, lower, shift. Flamingo. Down, shift. Weight down through that back leg, lift, lower, shift. Bend, down, shift. Now the weight down through your back leg, hand on the chair. Let's go full lift, down, shift. And then weight down through this leg as you go knee forward and up. Reach the toe back, shift. Weight down through that back leg, lift this leg. And weight down through the front leg, lift, reach behind. Again. So if you can separate these parts so they're not stuck together, then you can start to really experience function. Let's do this on the other side. So move over to your left side chair. Put all the weight in your right leg, left foot out in front. Level 1 is just casual. Shift, 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 shift. Remember that it's down, not forward or back. It's down to the earth. That moves you forward. Down to the earth, moves you back. Down, 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 down. Now, hand on the chair, lift, lower, shift. Bend the knee, down, shift. Float this leg, down. This is level 2 where we disconnect from the floor. Still trying to create that vertical pillar. Now, hand on the chair so you can get that full lift. Down, shift. Full lift forward and up, and then back, shift. Full lift, down, shift. Switch sides again, back to the first side. Right hand on the chair now. Put all your weight into your left foot. Put your right foot in front, heel touching. Now, shift. Then your empty back foot, step. Put the heel in front and shift. So you take full stride forward and then reverse. Shift, step back, shift back. And then shift, step, shift, shift, step, shift, shift, step, shift, shift, step, shift, shift, step, shift. And level 2. Hand on chair, we go lift and lower that front leg, shift, and now step up and over something. Pick that foot up, set it down, shift, and then little flamingo the back foot, shift, up, tuck, reach behind, shift back. And again, lift, lower, shift. That empty foot can come up and over, down, shift. Back foot empty, shift. Up, tuck, reach, shift. One more, the level 2. finally, level 3. And on chair, we go full lift, down, shift, and then it's heel, knee, foot, down, shift, full lift, and back. Switch sides. Level 1. And level 2. Lift, lower, shift, step over, shift, flamingo, down, reverse. Continue. And level 3. Full lift, down, shift, heel, knee, foot, knee up, back, up, tuck, reach. And get to the far left side of your space. Face down range. And let's do our level 1 walk. Shift, step. So feeling how you can travel forward in the room just by getting one thing right, which is the down, 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 down. Level 1. And stick with level 1 here, go level 2, where it's stepping up and over a little obstacle each time. And side steps, turn and face forward. All your weight in your left leg, right foot steps out, in, out, in. Keep doing that one. Out, in, out, in, out. Now, put that right foot out and shift, 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 shift. Now stay in your right leg, left foot in, out, in, out, in, out. Keep it in, change to the left leg, change to the right leg, change to the left, change to the right, change to the left, change to the right, change to the left. Now step out with the right, change to the right, step in with the left. Continue. Once you reach the end, go back the way you came. Again, see if you can keep using down, down, down to get you across the room. And then let's start to add, we're going to go there and back again. Let's add the bear washing paws. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Step in. That can become the bear swirls the stream. And traveling a little further away. Become the bear swats the low jumping fish. For the middle jumping fish. There and back again. Brush, knee, and push. Brush, knee, and push. And on the way back, cloud hands. Cloud, lake, vapor and rain. Cloud, lake, vapor and rain. And down. Come in between your chairs. Change the body weight to your left leg. Empty your right foot. Turn not only the leg out, but the hips and body and shoulders, and look to your right. And then neutral, and then turn in and turn the hips and the shoulders and everything to look to the left. So you pigeon toe. So we're open, close, open, close, open, Back to neutral. Put all the weight in your right leg, turn the left leg and body out. Neutral and in. Out. And skip neutral, in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. And neutral. Now we'll go around, quarter turn, right foot turn out, change the weight into the right foot, step the left foot next to it, change, put the weight in your left foot, turn your right foot out, shift and turn, change, turn out, change, neutral, change, turn out, change, neutral, change, turn out, change, neutral. Go around again. 2 times. Again, primary direction is still just down, down, down. Now go the other way. Left foot turn out, down, put the right foot on the ground. Empty left foot turn out, down, bring the body around. So the body feels ideally light because you let all the sturdiness go into one leg and the rest of your body is free and loose. Continue. Now, instead of turning right leg out, turn right leg in. Shift onto that leg, bring the left foot to match, and then pigeon toe. Pigeon toe. Pigeon toe. Go around twice. And left leg, pigeon toe. Turn. Pigeon toe. Turn. Pigeon toe. Turn. Pigeon toe. Go around twice. And we put all that together. Right foot turns out, change the weight into the right leg, turn the left foot in. So in 2 foot movements, you get 180 degrees, and then turn right foot out, change the weight, turn left foot in. Go around 3 times. After you finish that 3rd time, go to the left 3 times. 1, pigeon toe. Turn out, turn in. Out, in. Out, turn out, in, and neutral. Have a seat in your chair, and we'll finish with our self-massage. Hands together, rub palms. Then the outer fingertips to wrist. wrist to elbow, elbow to shoulder, shoulder and upper shoulder, and smooth. And then get underneath, fingertips to wrist, wrist to elbow, reach up, elbow to armpit, down the side of the body, and smooth. Other arm, fingertips to wrist, wrist to elbow, elbow to shoulder, upper shoulder, and fingertips to wrist, wrist to elbow, elbow to armpit, side of the body, and smooth. And massage the hands, give them a good working over. And then we go lung point 1 and 2, right in front of the shoulder and the chest area. Heart point 1, right on the outside of the rib cage, and then up the middle, shoulder and through. Lung point 1 and 2. Heart point 1. Underneath, up, and smooth. Liver and spleen, front of the rib cage. Heart, center, and then stomach. Switch hands, stomach. And then groin area, hip flexors, tailbone, up onto your low back. Rub your thighs, knees. Fold over, get your lower legs, your shins and calves, ankles. And then come all the way up to the belly, and we'll close the practice. Wing, roll, fold, settle to your belly, and seal. 1, 2. And just take a few moments of nothing at all, mind settling down to that belly, that central reservoir. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And little hand position to finish. Grab a thumb, fold hands over, and great job. Any questions?
I'm going to have to try to figure something out because